Well, hello, everybody. My name is Kazm Vulfhart, aka King Kazm, whatever you want to call me. And welcome to the new layout of Genshin Impact. So, first and foremost, thank you all if you joined the stream for recording this episode. And thank you all for, just being awesome in general. Anyways,
Hal loves being antagonistic. Just
calls to action.
ignore him when
If
he's mouthing
you
off.
like this
Don't
content
let
and
him
you
get
want some
under
more
your
content
skin.
like it, leave a like and don't forget to subscribe. Also, if you would like to watch this live, please join me at twitch.tv/Kazm Vulfhart. Vulfhart. I good at words. Beyond that, if you would like to support me as a content creator, or if you'd like to join me as a fellow content creator, I have a Ko-fi, a Patreon, and a community Discord server link in the description below. And enjoy! I had to go through the elements in my head. Ooh, this is pretty. This is really pretty. I like that. Also, hi, Jade. Don't mind me as I get these Electroculus. Oh my goodness. How far am I from these people? Okay, not that bad. It's not that bad. Oh no. Not her. Not her. I don't want to deal with enemies. I just want to do things. I will farm later. What am I at? 2 hours. What the fuck was that? Beetle Battle Boot Camp? Get back here, you. I'm going to kill you. War point. I missed out on a Beetle Battle Boot Camp. That kind of upsets me, I'm not gonna lie. But at the same time, I'm also okay with it. Where's the Electroculus here? Electroculus. I'm standing on top of it. Where the fuck is it? Also, what was with the Tanuki?
Are you running away?
What was with the singing Tanuki? Where's this Electroculus? Nice guy's pretty. Oh, it was an event. Okay. Yeah, that does make me sad, actually. Okay, I'm not going to worry about that Electroculus. It's missing, and I have no... it's somewhere, and I have no idea where it is. Ow.
So,
My knee hurts.
the kind of place where the big shots of Inazuma live, huh?
Gee, I wonder which one I should pick.
I expected it to be snazzier.
Should I pick the giant floating, like, building? Or should I pick a winery? One of these things is not like the other.
Welcome at last to the Kamisato residence, honored guest. Miss Kamisato is delighted to finally meet you.
Is this the Shirasage Himegimi you keep going on about? So, where's she at? Oh, behind the screen?
Yes. As the daughter of the Yashiro Commission, this is how Miss Kamisato is accustomed to receiving guests. Consider it a time-honored tradition within the Yashiro Commission. Forgive me if this is an unwelcome surprise.
Makes sense.
So,
Super important person after
I understand that they're basing it off
Please
of...
forgive my lack of courtesy for receiving you in this fashion, especially following such a long and wearisome journey over the sea.
Why does she sound familiar?
I awaited your arrival with great anticipation. And Toma assures me that
Why
you
does she
do
sound
indeed
familiar?
possess the power to change the tide of the times. At present in Inazuma, in the name of the Vision Hunt Decree, the people's aspirations are being senselessly trampled underfoot. Though the Yashiro Commission serves the Shogun, it is the people with whom we share close bonds, given the contact we are required to have with them in the performance of our duties. A commission's power rises and falls with the trust of their people. Thus, we cannot remain indifferent to this situation without also remaining indifferent to our own fate.
At least she actually
Traveler,
thinks.
lend us your power, and we can... Oh,
See, milady, it's just like I said. This will take us nowhere.
Okay, I'm gonna pause it for a second to say this. I hesitate to say this, actually. It feels a little bit out of character, doesn't it? For the Traveler? Because, like, in Mondstadt, he was really okay with... Or they were really okay with helping out the Mondstadt people. Liyue is kind of the same thing. Granted, they still wanted to meet the Archons and stuff like that. I guess in this instance, they feel like they're like, biting off more than they can chew, so they're just trying to focus on the Raiden.
wait! Please, don't go! I will introduce you to the Raiden Shogun on one condition. You must fulfill 3 small wishes on my behalf.
What are your wishes?
They pertain to 3 whose visions were taken from them. Perhaps once you've met them, you will understand.
Like, am I wrong to think that this is a little bit out of character?
A warrior who guards a village, a former samurai who helped carry out the Vision Hunt Decree, and a swordmaster determined to become the best in the world. Does Paimon got that right?
Correct. Please do all you can to help them. Then you have my gratitude.
I'm sure you'll do great.
Okay, so, like, Jester, that statement right there makes 100% sense. Like, absolutely 100% sense. Doesn't it feel a little early to have that mindset, though? Like, it feels just a little bit early, because so far they've only dealt with 2 people. Well, 2 countries, actually, not 2 people. Like, I would feel like after the 3rd country, they would have that mindset. That would make sense to me. For a second, I thought the music changed. Yeah, see, that also makes a lot more sense. Oh, you know what? This is probably down underground. There it is. And there's... Okay, what's the deal with the singing Tanuki? I don't know if pissed off's the right term. Done with their shit. Well, actually, no. In this regard, yes, pissed off would be the proper term.
Let's see. Where's the person Ayaka told us about?
Why are you doing this? Why leave all of a sudden, after all these years?
Precisely. It's much too sudden. We've had no time to prepare. The children are desperate for you to take them out to play. Please, we urge you to reconsider.
That must be the guy Ayaka told us about.
Is this the swordsman? The samurai doing the... Oh, wait. Do I gotta follow him? No? Oh, okay. Ask the crowd for information. The crowd being 2 people. Yeah, no, I'm like literally Zhongli is one of the characters I want to cosplay as.
Ah, you must also be here to try and convince Tejima to stay. Tejima has protected this place.
Yeah, but it's only asking me to ask 2 of the 3 people in the crowd.
Keeping out the treasure hoarders, fending off any monsters that draw near, resolving quarrels between the villagers. He has put an enormous amount of work into looking after this place, and we all think the world of him.
Fair.
But now, all of a sudden, he says he plans to leave us. We can't help but wonder, was it something we did?
Did you ask him?
We will gladly apologize.
Did you ask him?
All we want is for him to stay.
Excuse you, I am an outsider. Technically speaking, I have no say in the matter. But I do agree with you. Then technically it's not 3 people, it's 4. Kenjiro, Mahiro, and Tajima. Takeru! I love Japanese names, they're really fun.
If you want my opinion, something to do with the Vision Hunt decree. It's clear that Tejima had done nothing wrong, and still they confiscated his vision. After that, he became a completely different person.
Wait.
I can't claim to fully
I'm
understand
guessing.
it, but I could tell that he'd lost something very important to him. He went off on a walk, alone, circled the village a few times. And then
I'm guessing he no longer feels he can
announced
protect
that
them
he
without
was
his
going
vision.
to leave and
That's what I'm
become a
guessing.
wanderer. Truth be told, we aren't sure whether trying to keep him here is the right thing to do. But equally, it doesn't feel right to let him leave when
He no longer feels like he can protect the
he's
village.
a lost soul.
Seems like he's a well-respected guy around
His
here.
ambition was to become strong enough to protect the village around him.
We can't let him leave while he's in such a bad state.
I didn't talk to... Hoyoverse, if anybody somehow stumbles upon this video, for the love of all that is holy, please, please, keep the system the way it is. Have the automatic talking thing prioritize the thing closest to the character, the player character, please.
You must be Tejima. So what's made you want to up and leave all of a sudden?
Me? It's not a question of why I want to leave, but a question of what reason I would have to stay. True, but that's not why I chose to stay here. And what made me want to come here 30 years ago? And why have I never wanted to leave in all that time?
Okay.
I don't have answers to those questions because I can't remember anymore. Ever since they took my vision away, it's like a slice of my memory is gone. In the past, I knew I wanted to stay here. But whatever resolve I had then, it's gone now. So I thought...
Does the Raiden
what's to
Shogun
stop
not
me from
realize that
moving
she's
around
actually
instead?
taking out people's
The
proper
emptiness
ambitions
inside
in their
me will be
bodies?
there either way.
Or is that what she's aware of? Like, the implications of what this guy literally just said is that his ambitions led... Basically, from the story that I've gotten so far, his ambitions basically allowed him to become strong enough to protect the village and wanted him to stay to protect the village for whatever reason, probably a dead wife if I had to take a guess. So that's how he got his vision, and the Vision Hunt decree came along. They took the visions away. They took his vision away from him, and he lost the memories connected to that ambition.
Okay. Well, in that case, if we help you rediscover the reason you chose to stay, you won't need to leave anymore, right? But if you can't remember anything, it's not gonna be
But okay,
easy.
so like, Does it get more complex than what I just said?
Oh, maybe if you just try a little harder to remember, then it'll all come.
Like, if they're correct in saying that the visions are actually the physical embodiment of people's ambitions.
Last time I brought Hejima some fruit, I do believe I saw him writing in a diary.
I keep a diary? If you say so. I honestly can't seem to remember.
Oh, yes, yes, you do. And what's more, I remember you saying at the time that you wanted to make a note of a few interesting things. Things which would prove very important at a later date.
Perfect! So if we want.
No, see, that's what I was considering already. What was actually threw me for a loop was the fact that it took away his memories of it
If you
all.
don't mind, we will leave you to find the diary. We should head back to the village to inform the others of
Like,
Tejima's situation.
Losing your ambition is one thing. Losing your memories of what led to that ambition is something completely different and extremely fucked up. How many books does this guy have?
This looks like Tejima's diary, all right. Let's see what we have here. Today, the villagers and I got together to cook dried braised salted fish. I messed up and burned mine a little, so I had to pretend that it was black snakehead instead. Today, I helped rescue a kid who had fallen in the water. After I pulled him out, he told me that his best friend Bamboo was still in the water. I searched the water the whole afternoon before finding out that Bamboo was the name of his pet crab. I went kite flying today. The string broke, so I chased after it as fast as I could. I soon realized I was never going to get it back, so I just found somewhere to sit and watch as it flew away into the distance. Seems like your average diary of daily village life. Huh? Wait, there's more!
You didn't flip the page?
I prayed at the shrine again today and stayed there a while. The Omamori you gave me has faded a little, but it is still my most treasured possession.
Dead relative.
Now that's the kind of info we're looking for. Time to pay a visit to the shrine.
I'm stealing the fruit.
So this is the Omamori Tejima wrote about. Interesting. Looking at the color and the design, Paimon would have thought it belonged to a child. But anyway, if he had this with him all the time, there's a chance some of his elemental energy remained on it. Do you think that it might come in handy?
Oh, was he blessed with Electro?
That Tejima visited a lot. The soil looks like it's been disturbed. Maybe Tejima buried something precious here. Something that kept him in the village all these years?
Are we gonna dig up a corpse?
Must be something pretty amazing if it made him stick around for 30 years. Let's dig it up and take a look.
Okay, good. Okay, good. I panicked for like a split second.
Must have been written a really long time ago.
Well, okay, so like, no.
Village. Sounds so familiar.
Okay, so like, okay, in absolute honesty, the reason my brain went that way is because think about it this way. What do we do with our pets when they die? Most people will bury them somewhere in their yard.
So the reason Kazm came here was to wait for someone.
But there are some instances where, especially in olden times, when graveyards weren't really that big of a thing, if someone had died, they would be buried in the family's yard, if it was big enough, or like somewhere on the countryside with where the family had land holdings. So it would not have surprised me if this was actually like a gravesite for somebody important to Tejima. Or, you know, Tejima's a psychopath and he killed somebody and buried him in the backyard.
Well, I'll be. That's certainly my handwriting. And I guess the Omamorian letter belonged to me too. But I have no memory of anything that's written in this diary. Still, it's clear that I was waiting for someone here, and that I chose to wait for 30 years. Over the years, I must have made a note of anything interesting. Anything that I could share with her when we were finally reunited. And just look at all the things that did happen over the years. The time has flown by.
Please
so
stop making me feel
quickly.
old. I'm already in my 30s.
30 years feels like the blink of an eye. How could I have forgotten something so important to me? Now that I think about it, when my vision was taken from me, it felt like I'd suddenly been hollowed out. Love, regret, everything I felt for her, it's all disappeared.
Okay, this is actually borderline terrifying.
No, not especially.
That's why. That's why it's borderline terrifying.
After all, I've forgotten who she was. Her
Like, this is
face,
false Hydra levels of
her
terrifying. I'm
voice,
sorry.
The things we experienced together. I barely recall any of it. It's as if she'd never been in my life to begin with. As if all these years have been nothing but a hazy dream. I think maybe not. If this is something I waited most of my life for, I suppose I should carry on waiting. Although, what if she were to turn up eventually, only to find I didn't remember so much as her name? Wouldn't that be upsetting for her?
What's the over-under on her being dead
When I
already?
think about it like that, I do feel a slight tinge of sadness in my heart. How curious. Why am I thinking like this when I don't even remember who she is? It's just like that feeling of emptiness. The feeling that something is missing. Thank you both for helping me reconnect with my reason for staying here. I shall remain here and keep waiting for her.
Tejima seems to be dealing okay, but still, it makes Paimon really seems it's just like Ayaka and Toma were saying. If you lose your vision, you lose all your hopes and dreams too.
Okay, as somebody who really tries to embody the essence of what Undertale tries to preach, you know, hopes and dreams, determination, all that fun stuff, I hate this. I genuinely am hating this.
Tejima was in earlier. At least we were able to help him, weren't we?
No, we weren't.
Well, let's go find the next person.
We weren't helping him. I mean, we helped him kind of remember why he was saying, this is so terrifying. Actually, wait. Are you... Okay, you're maxed. You're... Who's the one that... Oh, right. You. Finally. Level 70. Next up... You're fine at that level, actually. Wait, I passed one. There we go. No. Because I want... you. Because I can ascend you. And then get the wish. There we go. Okay. So it's pretty much obvious, like they're basically like spilling it for us that upon losing your vision, you lose sight of what originally drove you to be who you are. like the drive, the ambition, the dreams, like your hopes, you lose that aspect of you. Like, it almost feels like you're losing your spirit, almost. I don't want to say soul, because he wasn't exactly emotionless. He just didn't have any spirit in him. Like, they did say he looked like a lost soul, almost. So obviously he's lost his spirit, and what kind of made him have the will to keep pushing forward. Like, keep staying for 30 freaking years in one village. I still think she's dead.
They say the Tenryou Commission is directly controlled by the Shogun. They're the ones responsible for maintaining law and order in Inazuma. The ones actually enforcing the Vision Hunt Decree. But why would they take action against one of their own?
Because it's a Vision Hunt Decree.
Doesn't get it. Huh? There seems to be some commotion over there. Let's go see what's happening.
Over there, as in 2 feet in front of us.
I'll ask one more time. Do you intend to withhold this month's emergency provisions?
The entire clan is counting on that food. We demand an explanation. How many times do I have to say it? I don't know anything about emergency provisions.
Okay, now his voice
Dare
definitely sounds
deceive
familiar.
us? Those provisions are essential. Do you understand? Not some goods to be pocketed by greedy samurai.
I genuinely...
You samurai think you can just do whatever you please?
How soon was this? How long ago were their things taken?
Oh, huh? And who are you? One of Kurosawa's gang, no doubt.
Or I should ask, how recently was it taken? That's the proper word to say.
We heard the commotion and came to see what the matter was.
I see. You seem to have come just at the right time. Perhaps you can help us settle this matter.
How
This
long
is
ago was this
Kurosawa.
guy's vision
He's
taken?
a samurai and a member of the Shogun's army. They issue emergency provisions to the area, and he's the one responsible for distribution. In the past, we'd simply ask him for provisions and everything would be delivered. Now, he suddenly refuses to give us anything. He's keeping the provisions for himself. I just know it. We'll starve without them.
No one seems to care about us. We used to think Kurosawa was a kind man, but he's shown his true colors. He's the same as all the other samurai. It's no
This is
wonder our
sad
actions
at how,
have
like,
confiscated.
real this is.
The Raiden Shogun doesn't need people like him helping her rule the nation.
This must be one of the people Ayaka asked us to help. But why would she ever want us to help someone like him? Maybe we should talk to Kurosawa and see what he has to say.
I'm amazed he hasn't spoken up. Okay, my predictions for this. Part of his ambition was helping the people of this area, which is why he would always give out the emergency provisions. But because his vision was taken, he's forgotten that that's part of his deal. That's part of his, like, his drive. So he no longer feels the need to do it.
I've never even heard of these emergency provisions. I don't know whether it's rumors or whether they're trying to blackmail me. But either way, it's ridiculous. If I was hoarding supplies, would I still be the poor man I am today? My own family can barely get by as it is. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got other matters to attend to. And that's the first bit of truth I've heard all day. The Shogun's army told me that I was unworthy of my vision. And they said I was slacking off in my work. Apparently, I'd even disappointed the Raiden Shogun. And that's why they confiscated my vision.
So they lied to him.
You were helping enforce the Vision Hunt Decree. Why would you be unworthy of your vision?
To be perfectly honest, I don't seem to remember the details.
They just straight up lied to this guy.
I know that I would perform certain things every month, but I don't recall what they were. And it's not just that. I have this unsettling feeling, like someone owes me something.
Does it have to do with the missing emergency provisions?
I didn't take any. Like I said, if I was taking them for myself, I wouldn't be going through such hard times right now. To top it all off, My house was just raided by treasure hoarders, which is why I came here in the first place. I was chasing after them when I got held up by these two. If you don't believe me, go find the treasure hoarders yourself. If there were any emergency provisions to be had, they would have found them.
Huh. He seems to be telling
I see a dog.
the
I want to
truth.
pet the dog.
But we
But I
better
can't pet the dog
confer.
because this game doesn't let me pet the
Let's
dog.
go round up those treasure hoarders and see what they
I can
have
pet
to
the dog in Dauntless.
We should be able to follow their tracks. They couldn't have gone too far.
This is interesting to me because of the simple fact that get through the damn thing, you idiot. So you lose your ambition, you lose memories of what you used to do with that ambition. Where are these assholes? Down here? Yep.
We really outdid ourselves this time. All those samurai houses packed with goods. We really hit the jackpot. I mean, besides that one house.
You haven't seen anything yet. There'll be a lot more where this came from. Today's just the beginning. I'll be leading you all on an epic journey of pillage and plunder that will go down in hoarder history. You demand, boss.
These seem like the treasure hoarders we're after.
Why am I coming out of the freaking water? Hi, stupids. Bye, stupids. Yep, you're dead.
The wrong test.
Oh, there goes all the Mora. We worked hard to steal that, you know? Come on, boss.
I always love that statement. We worked hard to steal that.
Bad kid. You ever think of joining the treasure hoarders? We could use someone like Yakurosawa. Oh, I remember. So he's the one who sent you after us, huh? Just our luck. I knew he shouldn't have hit that place.
So what did you see inside? Was it stuffed with food supplies?
Food supplies? You kidding? That place was a complete mess. All we found was a strange-looking box, hopefully with valuables inside. I didn't want anyone else to see it, so I was planning on opening it myself once we got back. But now that you've caught us, how about we make a deal? That little box for our freedom. What do you say?
You've got a deal. Now show us what's
Guards.
in the box.
Guards.
Huh?
What the? There's nothing in here but IOUs!
Yeah, a lot of them too. And they all seem to be made out to the owner of a general goods store, a Miss Aoi. We're talking tons of Mora here. We better talk to this Miss Aoi and get to the bottom of this.
I'm so
As for
lost.
you guys, you're free to go. Just
Then
pray
again, I
hard
do need to
and
remember that
don't
aspirations
cross
and
our
ambitions
path.
can also be bad, not good.
Yes, of course.
So, we redeemed ourselves for some IOUs. Does that mean we broke even? Shut it. Let's just get out of here.
His voice sounds familiar too. But okay, so like I can't think about that. Well, I mean I can. If I were to think about that, I need to understand that he would have been putting up a front of being a good person, because they said that he would give the emergency provisions whenever they were asked. Where am I going? I'm forgetting the buttons. Okay, so from what I'm gathering so far, because I haven't actually dealt with the Raiden Shogun yet, she seems a wee bit out of touch. Because she seems more focused on her ideal eternity than the citizens that are kind of... this person. The citizens of her country.
Welcome to Tsukumomono Groceries. We've got everything you need.
That's a name.
Can I help you find something? Or perhaps There's something you want to inquire about? Ah, so you're friends of Kurosawa, I take it? Perhaps you're here to pay off his debts.
Oh.
Whoa! Let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Oh.
We're just here to learn where they all came from. How did Kurosawa end up owing you so much money? Did he buy anything super
This makes
expensive
sense.
here?
Let me think. Kurosawa would come regularly to purchase large quantities of foodstuffs. He'd always put the payment on his own account. However, the price of provisions began to skyrocket recently, and his salary was no longer enough to cover the cost. So, he started writing out IOUs to cover whatever he couldn't afford of the usual amount.
So that's how he was getting those emergency provisions. But why did he have to purchase a usual amount? If the prices increased, couldn't he just buy less?
He was buying the usual amount for the people of the
Well,
town.
if you think about it, the citizens receiving the emergency provisions must have been carefully calculating how much they needed to sustain them each time. Kurosawa thought that it would be quite the disappointment for them if they found they didn't have enough, especially after such long and careful planning. So he deemed it necessary to take on the debt rather than let the people down.
So he was a good person.
Kurosawa was purchasing all the emergency provisions at his own expense. And no one ever appreciated what he did. They just complained and held him accountable.
Okay, this is definitely a sad one.
Always reflect their circumstances. In the face of hardship, nobody cares to think twice.
I don't think because nobody really thought about a person going into debt for their sake.
If Kurosawa told everyone the truth about the supplies from the start, then there wouldn't be such a severe backlash now. Of course, I'm sure there would still have been some unrest. What he was doing was truly a thankless deed. As for why he chose to spend his own money on emergency provisions and never tell anyone, I'm still not too clear myself. If you're still curious, why don't you go ask him yourself? I see. That reminds me, it seems that his vision was recently confiscated. Most unfortunate. If he doesn't clear the debt on his name, he'll have no choice but to sell that sword that is so dear to him.
Sword? What sword?
Oh, didn't he tell you? He possesses a very valuable blade. He's carried it for years now. I've asked him about its origins. He told me that it was a gift from his father, that it was too precious to sell. In hindsight, I regret that I never made an offer on it. Everything has its price, at least that's what I think. Why don't you ask him about the sword yourself? Perhaps it'll even provide you with the answers you're looking for. Oh, but before you go, if you...
But we...
Information is also a kind of commodity, wouldn't you agree?
I don't like you.
Don't worry, I won't charge much for information about Kurosawa. Nothing we ever discussed was explicitly confidential anyway.
At least we now know where the emergency provisions were coming from. Plus, we found out that... Let's go talk to Kurosawa again, and see if he can remember anything.
He was taught by his father to be a good person, even at the sacrifice of yourself. And so he kept striving to keep that mentality, even as the hardships grew. And it caused him to make sacrifices. And that's why... See, okay, so I think what my limitation here for understanding everything about what's going on is seeing a vision get bestowed upon somebody. I think that's what's limiting me to fully understanding everything.
What are you doing here all by yourself? Where did those other two go?
I presented them with a choice. Either they left or I drew my sword. They left. It turned out to be a real time saver, actually. Perhaps I should start using it more often. Did you manage to track down the treasure hoarders? Everything I said was true, right?
Recount your encounter with the treasure hoarders.
Sums it up. It turns out that you really were distributing emergency provisions, but they were all purchased at your own expense.
Strange. Is that really the kind of person I was? I don't really have any such recollection. Even after all you've told me, I still don't remember anything. Why was I purchasing emergency provisions for everyone? And why would I put myself in such a difficult situation? I really don't understand. But I could not deny that when I brandished my sword to scare those two away, I could sense that my body was somehow reluctant to do so. And this sword was once wielded by my father.
Okay, so he remembers that.
I remember once when I was young, I wanted to sneak out with the blade and show it off to the kids next door. My father ended up
What is this
catching
camera
me in the
angle?
act and scolded me severely. What did he say? I can't seem to remember that either.
So that has to
It
do
would
with his
seem that I
ambition and
forgot many important things when my vision was taken from me.
aspiration.
So many memories gone. Forever. No matter how hard I try to remember, all I can remember now is my father telling me that this blade bore his life's creed. Before he passed away, he placed the sword in my hands and said to me, "With this sword, you should..."
Hey, if you look carefully, there seems to be some words engraved on the hilt. Can you recognize the words?
Virtue and justice? Somehow those two words seem to explain everything now. Taking on seemingly endless debts to make others happy. I guess that must have been my greatest ambition after all. But what use are virtue and justice? I purchased the provisions for those in need. And look how things ended up. The Tenryo Commission seized my vision. And the very people I was so desperately trying to help refused to understand me. And the irony of all of it is, I somehow still felt sorry when threatening them with my blade. I'm incapable of being a good person, yet I'm equally unable to be bad. I don't know what to do with myself.
Yet another troubled soul. When we get the chance, let's speak to Toma about
I
the
think
first
this
item
guy
of
should be the one to go on a little bit of a journey.
It would surely help cover his expenses. In any case, we must never let him sell off that sword. Yeah, seems like losing all ambition is a
This guy should
terrible
probably be the one to go on a
responsibility.
journey. I also agree with you there on that one, Jade.
You don't have a vision. Let's go find the next poor soul.
Like, that's the guy that definitely needs a vacation. he needs to go on a journey. Because I feel like it's just going to get worse for him no matter what he does.
The third person who had their vision taken is supposed to be a famous sword master around these parts. Hyman heard that he's the present-day master of Meikyo Shisui art. Sounds pretty impressive. This is his dojo. Luckily, there's some people around. Let's go talk to them.
Nanako, don't worry. Sensei will be fine.
He doesn't have the will to draw a sword anymore, does he?
Those thugs that challenged the dojo were strong, but he fought them all off in the end, didn't he?
Nope.
Maybe, but I'm still worried about him.
You should be worried about your
Things have
arm
gotten
clipping through your
dangerous
sword.
Before in the past, but it's never shaken him. This time, though,
Oh, was it his courage that was taken
It's
away?
just because he's been possessed, that's all. Once the exorcism has taken place, he'll be right as rain in no time.
Do not jump to exorcism. For the love of all that is holy. Anybody who watches this video in the future, do not immediately jump to an exorcism.
I don't care whether you're trespassers or just here to harass us while Sensei is impaired. Get out of here immediately!
I will destroy you, child.
Or you won't live to regret it.
No, you got it so wrong. We just came here to,
Disciples?
Yep. We've heard all about the mighty master of Meikyo Shisui art. It's the whole reason we came all this way. But then we got here and overheard you talking about how he got possessed or something?
From the way you're dressed, it doesn't look like you're from around here.
Am I the only one that wants to grab at the things attached to Paimon's sleeves and
So
just
many
pull them
people
off?
Trying to cause us trouble recently that we're on high alert. You haven't arrived at the best of times, I'm afraid. Sensei got possessed recently, and he's still recovering. He's not able to take on any new disciples for the time. I see you are earnest in your pursuit.
Like, I want to take off the accessories
Okay,
on her,
how
like,
about this?
shirt.
My fellow disciple Nanako and I will explain Sensei's situation to you in a little more detail. Then you can decide whether to stay or to leave. Sensei's name is Domon, a name I'm sure you've already heard.
Nope. Maybe.
Though self-taught, he mastered the art of the sword to a high level. He then proceeded to defeat many other prominent sword masters, never losing a single fight. He once said that his goal was to become the best sword master in the world.
Fair.
And so, even while training us, he continued to hone his own art. His fervor truly inspired us, and we trained hard, determined to keep up with him. But then,
not long ago, Sensei had his vision taken away. He hasn't been the same since. He says the strangest things over and over, and he refuses to let us train. Junya and I have discussed it, and we both think that he's being possessed by an evil spirit. So, we've asked the shrine maidens from the Grand Narukami Shrine...
What would an evil...
But if I'm honest, I still have my doubts of...
What would an evil spirit in Genshin Impact look like?
The Grand Narukami Shrine? What's that?
you haven't heard of it? It's the largest
Oh.
shrine on Narukami Island. The head shrine maiden is reputed to have
That
very close
giant,
ties with the almighty Shogun herself. Not that we'd have
purple
any needs
pulsing
involving the head
building.
shrine maiden, of course. But even one of the ordinary shrine maidens from the Grand Narukami Shrine would have clear power and authority to perform an exorcism. So don't worry, Nanako. Sensei is going to be just fine. The exorcism will take place this evening. You're both more than welcome to come and watch if you're interested.
So, losing your vision can cause possession? Guess we should come back this evening and see for ourselves.
I don't think that's the case. I think he's filled with doubts, and that's why he's like... Well, no, because it takes away all your ambition, so why wouldn't he let them train? Wait, what time do I gotta wait for? Not very long, to be honest. Oh yeah, I'm just gonna stand around and wait.
Allocate my energy on a job. 70%.
You know what? We'll be the Traveler for this, because the Traveler doesn't actually freaking talk, Kinich. I don't like how she just disappeared.
So you decided to come. It's a good thing you didn't arrive any earlier. You would have had to witness Sensei one of his fits of madness. Just now, when Nanako was attending to him, she heard him whispering a few names to himself. When she asked him who the people were, he suddenly looked panic-stricken and pushed her away. It looked like he was in great distress. He was covering his ears and looking frantically around him with bloodshot eyes. All the while he kept calling those names. Some of them we knew, others we didn't recognize. But they all seemed to be the names of sword masters he had defeated in the past. One of them was Anzai. He used to be a fellow disciple of Sensei's. His senior, in fact. But Sensei defeated him in a duel many years ago, and he has been a wanderer ever since. Sensei wouldn't stop calling his name. Thankfully, the shrine maidens managed to subdue him.
Why
So the
is him
exorcism
losing
can
the
finally
vision
continue.
causing this?
The ritual has now begun. All we can do is patiently await the result. Here's hoping Sensei will be back to his normal self very soon. Please, excuse me for a moment while I fetch some water. If he wakes up, he is sure to be thirsty.
He's awake. And he's gone.
Huh? Who's that sneaking around? Uh-oh. Could they be here to mess up the exorcism? We won't let them get away with it. Come on!
Oh, is that Isa? Oh dear, I forgot his name already. Oh no.
Seems they aren't here. Should we keep going further up?
Was that a sword?
According to Miss Kamisato, the
That was a
second
straight up
one who
sword.
lost their vision is a
straight up just a sword that popped out of that crate. What are these? The spins crystals. What are they for?
Aha! Suspicious person sighted! That's gotta be him!
How did you catch up with me
You're old.
so quickly?
You're old and can't run fast?
Are you sure you're Dolmon's disciples? You move even quicker than he does. Unless... I guess it's been a few years. Maybe his skills have improved again.
I would assume so.
Excuse me! We're the ones asking the questions here. First off, who are you?
That's what they look like.
And what are you doing sneaking around these parts? You seem like bad news, mister.
Paimon, you're profiling.
I'll have you know I trained side by side with Dolmon back in the day. Long before you ever showed up. I don't care to talk about that time anymore. But if you must know, I am Dolmon's senior.
His senior? Wait, that means you must be...
Anzai. Yes,
Anzai, that's his name.
Me. Because I don't wish to see Dolmon or anyone else associated with him ever again.
Then why were you there?
When we were young, we trained under the same sword.
Stop lying to everybody, including yourself.
Yoshi Suiart together. I had begun training 5 years before him, and everyone looked up to me as a steady and dependable older disciple. Practitioners of Make Yoshi Suiart seek to achieve stillness of mind, freedom from all agitation. So the majority of disciples are indifferent to rank and reward.
Then why are you like this now?
But Dolmon was different. The first thing he did when he joined was go straight to our sensei and ask him, with a beaming smile on his face, how to become the best in the world. Sensei scolded him and told him that the art of the sword should not be used for such vain ends. Sensei said that coveting the title of the best swordmaster barely days into his training, showed that he had a fickle mind, and that this would impede him from ever mastering the blade.
Clearly not.
I thought so too at the time, but Dolmon began making swift progress in his training, and even started catching up with me. Only then did I realize that it was Dolmon who had long since freed his mind from all agitation. He was consumed by his singular desire to become the best in the world. He sought nothing less than perfection in the art of the sword, and nothing could deter him from this.
I feel like I should unequip the little dragon egg thing because it just keeps distracting me from the cutscenes.
So how come you don't want to ever see him again?
Because until he arrived, I was convinced that I would succeed our sensei as the master of Make Yoshi Suiart. Of all the disciples, I was the most gifted. I had trained the longest. Everyone had high.
Then clearly you didn't embody the lesson.
Dolmon's arrival changed everything. When we sparred, I lost not just the match, but my pride and my status too. I fled the dojo that day and never looked back. Later, I heard that he sparred with Sensei too. Sensei was advanced in years by then, and unfortunately that match used up every last ounce of energy in his body. After that, I wanted nothing further to do with him. Deep down, though, I still respected his mastery of the blade and his commitment to the art of the sword. So, when I heard rumors that he had lost his mind, my first reaction was to dismiss them as false. How could he, of all people, have lost his mind? His mind was the sharpest of them all. He had practiced Make Yoshi Suiart to perfection. I decided to quietly come and see if it were true. Then, to my complete astonishment, I heard him call my name. I thought mine was a name he had long since forgotten.
If I was in Genshin Impact and I was in Inazuma, I'd probably go the route of Kazuha and leave this area because I don't think I could have my ambition taken away.
Okay, you've heard my story. You should get back now. The exorcism is probably finishing.
Seems like we got it wrong this time.
This time?
He was wasn't here to mess up the exorcism at all.
Paimon, 80% of what you say is wrong.
Sure, we should bring him back with us. Let's go see how the exorcism's coming along.
You're lucky you're emergency food. That was extremely stupid of me. I'm free.
What? You're saying he isn't possessed?
No.
Does that mean he's just lost his mind? But how is that possible? No, I refuse to believe it. Something's clearly wrong.
Yes, his vision was taken.
Nanako, please. Try not to get agitated.
I am sorry. With what powers I have, I can find no sign of any malignant spirit having possessed Domon. But spirits may take a myriad of forms in this world, many of which I cannot claim to have witnessed myself. Thus, I dare not rule out possession with complete certainty. And all is certainly not lost, for I received word not long ago that Lady Yai has taken an interest in your sensei's case.
Lady Yai? Is that the same Lady Yai that I think you mean?
The head shrine maiden of the Grand Narukami Shrine? That's wonderful news! Then Sensei will be sure to recover.
Correct. Lady Yai is most knowledgeable indeed, and has abundant experience in the exorcism of
think
evil
the
spirits
sensei's
and
in
aversion of
trouble.
great calamities. I am unable to say for certain whether an evil spirit has possessed your sensei, but Lady Yai can give a conclusive verdict.
Excuse me, Miss Inagi, but I must ask, should we prepare a greeting gift for Lady Yai?
That won't be necessary. All that is required of you is your timely arrival at the Grand Narukami Shrine. Lady Yai does not like to be kept waiting. I must leave now, but we will meet soon at the shrine. I wish Domon a full and speedy recovery.
Who'd have thought Lady Yai herself would have taken notice of our sensei's case?
Do you mean to say that Sensei isn't
I have to
renowned
ask,
enough to deserve Lady Yai's
how
attention?
how close to his mental state?
No, that's not what I mean.
How close
at all.
to his
You
how close to
misunderstand me.
dementia is his current
This
state of
This is
being?
Lady Yai, the head shrine maiden. She has direct and close contact with the Almighty.
Because if it's as
Shogun
close as
herself.
I'm thinking, they're going to have a hell of a time getting him up there.
Anyway, you should join us too, tomorrow. Given that you've traveled all this way just to meet our sensei, we, the disciples of Meikyo Shisui Art, will do our best to help you.
Sure! After all, everyone seems pretty excited about Lady Yai. We're curious to meet her too. Who knows? Maybe we'll be able to find out a thing or two about the Raiden children from her.
I'm going to meet with the Raiden Shogun, and I'm immediately going to get, like, attacked, aren't I? Okay, what is the route to get up this? Yeah, like, Jade, you would know why I'm bringing that up. I don't know if Jester would. Yes, got it. Whee! What are you? What? This thing is cool, but what is it? Beetle! No! I fell.
Are you running away?
Okay, you say that, Jester? Okay, good. You qualified it with yet. Lovely. Actually, in Zenless Zone Zero, they had a character with that with a very similar mental disorder,
Stop yapping, just take it.
where it basically was a 1-for-1 for dementia, and it really kind of fucked with me. Like, the person was genuinely losing bits and pieces of her memory. And we had to take care of her every step of the way. What the fuck is this shit? Like, it brought back bad memories that I had to deal with.
Is this really necessary?
Is this the right way to go? Am I going the right way? I feel like I'm not going the right way. Help. Hey, you know what? Let's cheat. I don't know where I'm going. Chest. What? What's the deal with the Tanuki?
Running away?
I get how I get up here. How the fuck does anybody else get up here? You are a literal child. How did you get up here? Ooh, that's pretty. Please never make me walk up those steps again. What? I am aware of... Jade has made me aware of Father's backstory, so I do know how, like, dark it can get. In some aspects. And she's also given me, like, content warning.
Do you think that's Lady Ai? Oh, no wonder Junyo is so excited. She has a really striking presence. Also, is it just Paimon? Or did she look right at us just now?
Well, there is, like, a floating tiny lady in the vicinity, so I wouldn't be surprised if that was the case. Also down, Jesser.
Keep away from me. I gave up the art of the sword. Please, let me go, I beg you.
Okay, so
As
he
you
is
can
just
see,
genuinely
Lady
panicked.
Ai, Domon has persisted in this state for some time now. He appears to see those who have lost to him in duels past, gathered all around him to persecute him.
Lady Ai, it must be a possession, right? This is nothing like him at all. In the past, no matter what came his way, he would always face it with a confident smile.
I'm sorry. It is clear to me that your sensei is not possessed by any evil spirit.
But then does that mean he...
Wait a minute.
This is a change in the person himself.
Wait a
Unable
minute.
to cope with the tremendous pressure he was under, he suffered a spiritual collapse. With his wits impaired, he finally descended into madness. As one who is thrown into the sea, though he fights back desperately against his predicament, it does nothing to prevent his descent into the depths.
Wait a minute.
As for what has triggered this change, I believe it must be the loss of his vision. For to be stripped of one's vision is to be stripped of one's ambition.
Stripped of his ambition? But Lady Ai, even without his ambition, why should he suffer such
I need a close-up of her body
change?
again.
How does that explain
Not for
his
perverted
descent
reasons.
into madness?
Your school practices Meikyo Shisui art, does it not? Stillness of mind, freedom from all agitation. What a fine notion that would be if any in this world could ever hope to achieve it. There was once one who claimed to be indifferent to rank and reward, and who fled enraged when...
Jade, is she a playable character?
And then there was an aged swordmaster who was aggrieved enough that he crossed blades with a disciple he himself had taught. Then, what if the
No,
one
no,
who
no, you
crossed
don't understand.
blades with
Is
his
she a
own
playable
sensei and
character?
beloved fellow disciple, and defeated them both? Can one truly remain unagitated, of still mind in moments such as these?
Hypocrisy.
Lady Ai,
Hypocrisy.
I understand.
100% hypocrisy.
The path of the swordmaster is filled with twists and turns. It is no small undertaking.
I am claiming 100% hypocrisy here.
Master in the world. It requires one to take their sword firmly in both hands and cut down the
She
hopes
still
of
has a
one's
vision.
even those of one's closest companions. Only a deep commitment
Right
to
there.
to become the best made it possible for him to rise above the pain of these encounters, to focus on the way ahead. When that ambition disappeared, he began to doubt himself. As he battled his growing anxiety,
Raiden Shogun's a
he
hypocrite.
descended into the state you see him in now. Much like a certain fatally flawed friend of mine.
Poor Sensei. To think he's been suffering so greatly.
I'm sorry. It's all my fault. Father, Sensei, Anzai.
That's enough.
Huh? Isn't that Anzai? Where did he come from?
Great question.
Did he follow us the whole way here?
Anzai, why are there two of you? Is that you or a ghost? You're here for revenge, aren't you? I knew it would come. I never should have.
You're right to assume that my feelings towards you are far from kindly. But I didn't come here to settle a score. It's been so long now that I made peace with it years ago. You did nothing wrong that day. I couldn't face the humiliation. That's why I ran. I don't think most of the people you beat along the way would hold it against you. On the contrary, when you cut our ambitions short, we entrusted them to you, in the hopes that they might carry you further. Now I know that we can't place our hopes in you any longer, since you've been stripped of your ambitions too. But that is no reason to strip them of theirs. Follow the way of the sword all the way to the highest peak. You taught them that, didn't you?
But what if one day, the same thing happens to them? I put everything I had into trying to become the best. But what if it was all a huge mistake right from the start? If there's a chance they'll end up like me one day, I'd rather they stay where they are now than go any further down this path.
Have you asked them what they think?
Sensei, after you rescued me from the hands of the pirates,
So,
I told myself I would follow in your footsteps for the rest of my
I'm sure
days.
I'll learn differently in the future. I'm calling Raiden Shogun a hypocrite right now, and I'm going to keep that story until I actually am proven wrong.
You do now. All I know is that here and now. In
Also,
the
wouldn't it
present,
be argued that he still has ambition?
I want to keep going until
Because
the day
he's
I
trying to
can
protect
stand
them.
before everyone, with my head held high, and announce that I, like my sensei Domon before me, am a master of Meikyo Shisui art.
Nanako's far from the only one. Actually, all of us think that way.
Goodness. Well,
You see? You can place the ambition you once had in their hands. Being stripped of your ambition is something that's never happened to me, so I can't claim to understand it. But I do know what it feels like to have your ambitions crushed. That's what happened on the day that you so effortlessly defeated me.
Yeah, but that's the thing, though. Like,
Just as I once
it's been
eased my
implied that
ambitions
once you like lose your vision, you lose.
yours into their custody.
Well, I guess
Not in the
majority
same
of your
position
ambition
that
would
I
actually be a
was.
safer statement.
When I left, I had nothing to my name. But you have a great number of worthy disciples.
I understand. I'm sorry to have made you worry for me, and for the state of Meikyo Shisui art. I no longer have the resolve to become the best in the world. The emptiness and suffering inside of me will not abate, so I cannot hope to still my mind and be free of agitation. But as your sensei, I shall commit to imparting unto you everything I have learned in my life so far. This is my promise. And I humbly ask Anzai, my senior, to hold me to my word.
You can count on that. I'd be checking in on you occasionally anyway, just to make sure you hadn't lost your mind again. But I am now used to the life of a wanderer. I do not belong in the dojo anymore, So I will simply stop by once in a while to make sure you aren't cutting any corners with them.
I swear to
Well,
frickin' blazes.
Don't just stand there staring at me. Say thank you to
Drop
Lady
dead,
Ai
bot.
and get yourself back home.
Although the name is pretty cool.
His ambition was taken away.
A devoted mailman? That's rare.
Can take it over on his behalf. Guess that sort of solves this one, huh?
Traveler, a moment, please. Lady Yai has some words for you.
So, my intuition was correct. The wind that blows from afar carries fresh life to these shores. For us to meet now is premature. Nevertheless, you set foot on these islands at precisely the right moment.
Then how is it premature? Lady, you act like you're intelligent and so all seeing and all knowing, but you're not.
I have high hopes for you, child. Don't disappoint me.
Can I throw her off the shrine?
Ooh, Lady Yai seems to have taken a real interest in you. She seems super mysterious. Paimon's so curious what she really meant by all that. We can come back to it another time. For now, we should go report back to Miss Kamisato.
This whole ordeal bothers me. I genuinely don't like it. Like, we've got a Hippocratic Archon being like, "Oh yeah, I'm just gonna keep my vision of eternity." I can't even say it's hypocrisy because, like, it makes sense to keep people who see eye to eye with her. Although I don't know if I sees eye to eye with Raiden. Is everybody dead?
Guess who fulfilled all your wishes? Ayaka!
Huh?
Is she dead? Where did you come from? I like her design. The whites with the blues really does it for me, to be honest.
Traveler, Paimon, it is a pleasure to finally meet you both face to face.
Also, combat skirt.
I have heard all about how you helped our three friends. My sincerest thanks to you.
Yeah. Short of getting them their visions back, it seems like there's no way to really help them. Ayaka, how come this time you get to come out and meet us in person?
Because now that you have done the three things I asked of you, I consider you to be my friends. As you will observe, I dispense with the screen for Toma also.
The light changed. I hated that. I hated that the light changed.
Servant? Paimon's happy to help and all, but Paimon sure as heck did not sign up to be a servant.
Oh. Paimon, you are most entertaining. Toma is first and foremost my friend, and was so before he ever became my attendant.
So they're dating, right?
Okay then. Ayaka, you seem pretty different out in the open compared to how you are behind the screen. Alright, we can be friends.
Friend request accepted.
Thank you both kindly. Back to the matter at hand. You have now witnessed the pain of those deprived of their visions. What are your feelings on what you have seen? Perhaps in the eyes of a deity such as the almighty Shogun, the lives of those who inhabit the world are inconsequential.
Which is why I hate
Thunders
gods.
roar, lightnings flash, the winds assault, and the rains descent. All these things take place with no regard for the feelings of the common people. But I believe that surely you understand what they must endure. It seems that perhaps now you can appreciate my feelings on all of this. In which case, perhaps you would be willing to reconsider your stance?
I feel like the hand gesture should have been done after. Hang on a second. Why do I have so much glowing purple on me? Oh, it's because of Electra. Never mind. I'm back.
You will? Really? Naturally.
All right, bravo, my lady. You were right all along.
See? I told you he wouldn't reject them. I'd placed my trust in the right person after all.
That was a gamble.
Given that the remainder of our discussion pertains to matters of a more confidential nature, perhaps we could move to the Komori Tea House? We ought not to involve other members of the Yashiro Commission.
But I want to involve everybody in the Yashiro Commission. I want there to be absolute death and destruction.
Well, here we are again.
Please continue without me. I'll keep watch.
So, what's the deal with this place anyway? What makes it your favorite meeting spot?
This is land that was gifted to the Yashiro
Dog.
Commission by the Shogun. The Kamisato clan has the exclusive right to plan, build, and repair any property on this land, and even to allow or deny access.
Fair.
Such privileges exist due to the Yashiro Commission's role in managing ceremonial affairs. Oftentimes, it is not appropriate to discuss details in front of bystanders.
Oh, Paimon gets it. Gotta keep a bit of mystery, right?
Once the number of ceremonial affairs
Yes, but no.
conducted in the
Sorry,
Shogun
Remy, not
Kingdom
accepting.
line, our forebears built a tea house here.
That's the Raiden Shogun
Members
icon,
of
right?
The Yashiro Commission are permitted to come and go as they please.
Makes sense. Perfect place for a secret base.
In any case, we can talk freely here. I presume you have a few questions that you wish to ask me?
That was ironic.
Of course. We have tried on numerous occasions. Unfortunately, each time a proposal to repeal the decree arrives at Tenshukaku, it is promptly vetoed
This person's
by both
persistent.
the Senryo Commission and the Kanjo Commission, and subsequently scrapped. They invariably adopt a stance of unconditional support for the Shogun's decisions. They have no interest in discussing anything. It almost makes one wonder whether they had a hand in the Shogun's sudden decision to issue the Vision Hunt Decree.
Are we gonna find out the fucking Raiden Shogun was tricked? Is that what we're gonna find out? That she was lied to and tricked into doing something that she really wouldn't have done? Is that it?
The almighty Shogun. I've seen her on but only a few occasions.
I'm kind of in a cutscene.
Most of them formal ceremonies. She inspires awe, commands respect, and exudes a sense of absolute authority. But as I recall, there was something else about her that struck me even more deeply. It was her almost complete lack of any emotion. In that sense, she appeared to me to be less of a ruler and more of, well, an executive official, I suppose. Focused exclusively on her single goal of implementing eternity.
Is Raiden being used?
Acting accordingly without feeling. The issue is this. For the vast majority of people, the Vision Hunt Decree is something that has no implications whatsoever.
I mean, that's not true. We just saw like 3 different people having a massive impact on the environment or the communities they were a part of.
Moreover, it is not unknown for visions to spark jealousy in others. Because of this, the attitude of most people towards the Vision Hunt Decree is one of indifference.
How can they be like that? Paimon's getting mad.
Nevertheless, in addition
Like the
to
samurai
this,
dude alone is a
there also
massive
resistance
change to the
on Watatsumi
to the
Island.
community.
Resistance? You mean like
That was
an
right.
army fighting against the decree?
There is the resistance.
Many who have lost or fear losing their visions have rallied together under Sangonomiya on Watatsumi Island to form a resistance group. To say a little more about Sangonomiya, historically, there has always been some conflict between them and the shogunate of Narukami Island due to their different belief systems. But I do wonder whether there may be some other agenda behind their resistance movement, beyond merely fighting the Vision Hunt Decree.
That is a problem.
Ooh, Paimon has a question though.
No, you can't eat.
What would you like to know, Paimon?
Have you got a plan yet to fight the Vision Hunt Decree?
To be honest, we do not.
What?
Please, Do not forget that challenging the Vision Hunt decree is tantamount to challenging a deity. Coming to terms with that is already a difficult step to take.
Screw it, I'm ready to fight God.
So what are we gonna do?
Well, for the moment, all we can do is try and reduce the harm that is being caused by this decree. For example, by providing vision bearers with safe refuge, or manufacturing counterfeit visions for them as a contingency measure.
You're telling Paimon that there are people out there who can make fake visions?
Don't underestimate the talents of the craftspeople in Hanamizaka. To the naked eye, their counterfeits are indistinguishable from the genuine article. The problem we are facing right now is that Master Masakatsu, who was providing us with counterfeit visions, has recently been arrested by the Tenryou Commission.
Darn! So they found out about it? Ugh.
Yes. We knew it was not a long-term solution, and that it was only a matter of time before it would be exposed. But we cannot simply abandon Master Masakatsu. Exactly. I feel the same way. But given mine and Toma's identities as part of the Yashiro Commission, breaking him out of prison would risk dragging down the reputation of the entire Kamisato clan should we be caught. That would only serve to cast suspicion on any future activity we might seek to attempt. By no means do we intend to place the burden of such a task on your shoulders alone. When you are ready, go to Hanamizaka and look for a fireworks shop run by the Naganohara family. There, you will find someone who can help you.
Theory time. Raiden's being tricked, isn't she? So where the fuck am I? There we go. I almost feel like the Raiden Shogun is actually being tricked by whoever the fuck the people Miko was talking about. I'm glad your favorite is coming up. My statements are being ignored, though. Which, to be honest, I'm used to. This might be a problem.
Just hand it over. You don't want any trouble with me. If you think your elemental powers are enough to resist the Vision Hunt decree, then you'd better think again. Believe me, you're not the first of your kind we've encountered, and we've seen the same unpleasant outcome time after time. You'd best save yourself the trouble.
Can't you make an exception? I just got this vision. I won't even use it, I promise.
So this is the Vision Hunt decree in action, huh? We can't just sit around and watch things unfold, can we? Psst! Hey, wait! Huh? There's someone trying to get our attention.
I remember her.
This way. What's going on? Can't you see we need to go help?
Shh, quiet. Just sit tight and watch for a moment.
Hey, this isn't right, you know.
Paimon, shut the fuck up.
You don't have a vision, doesn't... Huh? Hey, wait. You do have a vision.
Can I put Paimon in a bag?
If you don't keep your voice down, I won't have one much longer.
All right. Here, take it.
Wise choice. All right, let's go.
What should we do now? He's already given up his vision. Doesn't he know what could happen to him after losing it? This is your fault. You're the one who stopped us from interfering.
Many thanks, Miss Yoimiya.
If you hadn't swapped me a fake just now, I'm sure I would have lost it.
There we go.
No worries. You put on quite the convincing performance.
Oh, so that's what's going on.
Paimon, I swear to blazes, I actually will drown you.
I was about to unleash Paimonial wrath on Miss Yoimiya. Sorry about that.
Think nothing of it. I could tell from your reaction we were on the same side. You just didn't know it, you know? Oh, right. Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Yoimiya, the current owner of Naganohara Fireworks. It ain't much, but it's honest work. Great to meet ya.
Practically everyone on Hanamizaka knows Yoimiya. She's the queen of the summer festival. Without her and her fireworks, summer on Narukami Island just wouldn't be the same.
Whoa, that's quite the introduction. Paimon loves fireworks. It's nice to meet you.
Stop it, Hanjiro. You'll embarrass me. As for thanking me, you'd be better off thanking Master Masakatsu. He's the one that gave me the fake visions in the first place. His handiwork allowed me to keep my own vision. Whew, I can't even imagine trying to run the business without it.
Then stop wearing it on your hip.
Master Masakatsu is a good man. It's too bad good people seldom get the recognition.
One guard looking down to take a look at the goods isn't going to be enough to get you caught.
You don't say. Then it sounds like the Shiratagi Himegimi has a plan. Awesome! I've been thinking about breaking him out too recently. But if I just march straight in there by myself, I'd probably get Miss Kamisato in a whole heap of trouble. So, what about if I join you instead?
Sure, welcome to the team. Ayaka told us to go look for help at a fireworks shop. She must have meant you.
Seems like I finally got a new job to do. You know, besides hiding vision bearers in my shop, that is. So, Master Masakatsu is being held at the police station. I've already surveyed the area and found a way in.
I see a Shrine of the Depths.
Whoa, talk about a reliable source. Seems we've got the right person on our team.
Not bad, huh? Let's go as soon as everyone's ready. Don't worry, Master Masakatsu. We're on our way.
Time to break him out.
Wrong buttons. I could have sworn I pulled her. Guess not. She looked familiar, and she sounds familiar, too. Who's her voice actor? Somebody tell me who her voice actor is, please. Got 30 minutes. Give or take. Yeah, no, I definitely didn't pull her. No, you mean the character that eats half of my HP. No, I think the reason she's familiar is because during one of the demos, she was one of the options you could... She was one of the trial characters on the team. Jenny Yokoburi. Give me one moment. This will bug me if I do not look it up, and if I do not look it up now, I'm going to lose my mind. IMDb.
Hal loves being antagonistic.
Shut up.
Just ignore him when he's mouthing off. Don't let him get under your skin.
I dare you to release me and say that to my face!
This is interesting. I'm looking at her... I'm looking at the list of things she's... Nope, didn't watch that. I'm looking at the list of things she's been a part of, and she's been a part of a lot. Oh my goodness. The only thing I would definitely fully recognize her from would be JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, because I watched the absolute crap out of that. But Dan Tsubame. Fucking hell. Okay, no, it's not the main character. Okay, anyways, back to the game. Wrong window. There we go. Yeah, no, her voice is definitely familiar to me. It just... Nothing was popping up in my brain. Ah, yes. The back door... Why? 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 Why is there no guard here? Why is there no guard here? Why is there no guard at the secret entrance into the police station?
This will be interesting.
Never mind the fact that it is a secret entrance into a police station. It is...
Now that we're inside, this place is a whole lot creepier than Paimon imagined.
Come on, this way. As long as we stay quiet, we've got a good chance. I certainly wouldn't want to end up locked away in here. Let's find Master Masakatsu and get out of here. We should split up. I've got a little present to prepare for Master Masakatsu. I'll be right back.
You sure? Alright then.
This entire building's gonna explode, isn't it?
Yes, you too.
Oh, lovely. Nope, you don't see me. Bye.
For agility.
I am not here. You do not see me. Oh no, they're following me. Oh no! Please no!
Target acquired. Withdraw. Claim these souls.
Being attacked. What am I being attacked by? Oh no, it's just a random ass arrow trap. Why do games always include an arrow trap like this? I do like the music. Ouch! Nope. Excuse me. Pardon me. Come through.
Wall looks a bit odd. Maybe there's some special trick to it.
You mean just hitting the square button?
Seem a lot tougher than usual. Paimon wonders if that
Well, it's Door of Resurrection. Thank you.
with the source of their strength.
Get back. Get back. What was I locked onto? Oh. Oh, hello, buddy. Excuse me, can you give me like 1 second, please? Thank you. I need to activate this too as well, please. Thank you. Bye. Why do their voices sound like that? Oh, this is another one. I don't like this.
Target acquired.
Quit getting launched out of the damn circle. Treasure. I like money. Subscribe to my Twitch channel and my YouTube channel.
Doesn't that Magatama shape look pretty similar to the grooves on the door over there?
I feel like that was supposed to be harder than it was. Also, why am I not suddenly on... Why is this whole area just, like, suddenly not on high alert? Why are you guys not dead? Have fun with that. I wanted to do this. Get a nice little heal in. Thank you very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Bye. Wait, secrets. No secrets. Plenty secrets. Shut off. See, why couldn't this be a stealth mission? Why does this have to be a run and gunner? I'm just bullying this man. How far down do I gotta go? Oh, I have 3 of the little floaty thingies. Ah, yes, you see me. But do you truly see me, or do you just see yourself? This is don't attack me. I didn't say you could attack me. I was going to let you live and just live out the rest of your days until you got early retirement, but now you chose to attack me, so I'm just going to have to beat the ever-loving shit out of you.
I must withdraw.
They have a lot of swords just lying around randomly, don't they? Oh, great. It's one of these puzzles. Interesting jail cell.
Shh! Quick! Hide! Look over there.
Like they don't know we're already here. We've been going on a rampage in this entire prison, Paimon.
You really think that little trick of yours could fool us?
Locking you up was just the beginning.
No.
How long ago was this man locked up?
Those Tenryo commissioners
Where did you come from?
torturing him. If we don't come up with a way to break him out fast, then... Yoimiya, when did you get back here?
I can't bear to watch. If anything happens to Master Masakatsu, our whole plan will have been for nothing.
Hey, you there! What are you doing?
Ma'am.
We were just teaching him.
I have her.
Lesson, that's all.
Who's that?
That's Kujo Sara, adopted daughter of the Kujo clan of the Tenryo Commission. She's also a general in the Shogun's army.
Make way, let me have a look at him. I'm sure you're well aware that torture is strictly against military regulations.
Yes, ma'am.
Dumbasses.
If you are unashamed of such disgraceful action, then you are also unworthy of the Tenryo Commission itself. Do I make myself clear?
Dumbasses.
Yes, ma'am. It won't happen again.
I'm being stared at by a dog.
Sure wouldn't want to get on her bad side.
Hey, this is our chance. Let's move while they aren't watching Master Masakatsu.
Yoimiya, are you sure now's the right time?
Who is that?
Busted.
Go and investigate.
Yes, ma'am.
They're coming! Quick, hide!
Busted.
Sorry. I didn't mean to. Don't worry, I've got us covered. Time for my little present.
Fireworks!
That
Was that an explosion?
that was lackluster.
It sounded like fireworks.
Quick, let's hurry.
That was extremely lackluster.
The fireworks were enough to distract them. Maybe more than enough.
Fireworks aren't just for festivals, you know. I was particularly proud of this batch. I decided to.
Stop. Oh, there we go. That's more what I expected.
Yoimiya, this is turning into a bit of a fireworks display.
Well, fireworks are my craft after all. Every batch has to be spectacular.
Look, the coast is clear. Now's our chance.
Where did Koju Sarah go? But yeah, I pulled Koju Sarah actually. One of the reasons I actually wanted to get over here to Inazuma. Are you dead yet? Right there, buddy.
Yoimiya, is that you?
Master Masakatsu! Sorry we took so long. Oh, those awful guards.
Come on! We've got no time to lose! They could be back any minute!
There she is.
Oh.
Yes. Leave. Before I let my judgment get the better of me. He's in serious condition. Be sure he gets immediate medical attention. But remember, once he's recovered, it won't be long until I bring him right back.
Well... you can bet we'll do all we can to keep that from happening.
Leave this place.
She's not entirely evil. Treasure!
Give me.
We're finally out of that creepy place.
Yes. Finally, I've made it out of there.
Master Masakatsu, how do you feel? Can you hold on?
Don't worry. I think I can make it to the infirmary without keeling over.
Interesting camera angle there.
I'll take him to get treated. I'll treat you to a round of drinks once this is all over.
Don't worry about us. Just take care of Master Masakatsu.
A very interesting camera angle there.
Good thing we were able to rescue him. Right, Kujusara. Do you think she was making up for how the guards were treating him? It seems as though there are some okay people among the ranks of the Tenryou Commission. Though Paimon would never agree with their actions in the Vision Hunt Decree, of course. How about we go tell Ayaka and the others?
This is interesting to me. How have I never accepted your friend request, Jester? Jester, do you have 2 accounts? Or did I just accept a friend request from some rando? Well, I mean, I guess if that's not you, I'll just unfriend you. My brain doesn't want to work right now. Where am I going? What's my time? 15 minutes. We have 15 minutes. Have we seen the thing that you wanted to see, Jester? Damn it. Get out of my way, damn it. How far off am I from seeing it?
I see. So Kujo Sara stayed her hand. It would appear she still has some honor to her. I wonder if we should try establishing contact with her. Perhaps we could coax out some information.
Unlikely.
I would not risk it.
Don't forget, Kujo Sara is also carrying out the Vision Hunt decree. She obeys the orders of the Raiden Shogun without question. In her eyes, Master Masakatsu is of no threat to the decree. This is why she was so willing to allow his escape. If our true motives were ever divulged, she would act against us without a second thought.
True. Though if you ask me, Master Masakatsu's release is an unexpected blessing. We are now one.
I'm still curious about my theory.
And we couldn't have done it without Yoimiya and the Traveler. You're turning out to be even more reliable than we expected.
Don't mention it.
Indeed. Things may have turned out very differently this time without the help of the Traveler. But if we wish to mount any sizable resistance against the Vision Hunt decree, there is still much to be done. It is time we make ready our next set of plans.
There's no need to rush, my lady. Things seem to have taken a turn for the better, at least. Not only have we rescued Master Masakatsu, but our list of allies appears to be growing. Yes, which reminds me. The Tenryou Commission seems to be making preparations for a celebration. They call it a ceremony of sorts. And the number of samurai out enforcing the Vision Hunt decree seems to be waning. The days ahead may be more peaceful than usual.
That's never a good sign.
You say? Why would such a task be left to the Tenryou Commission?
I don't know, but I'm sure it has nothing to do with us. Anyway, with the Tenryou Commission busy with preparations, we should have a little more breathing room than usual.
You do present a good point.
That's never a good
Being in a constant
thing
state
when
of
the,
alert will only tire us further.
Ouch.
Perhaps a period of rest is in order. Toma, what would you suggest?
I'd say a celebratory feast is in order. Might I suggest an evening of hot pot together? Funny enough, I learned a new hot pot game recently. I'm sure you'll find it quite amusing.
I've never had hot pot before. I kind of want to.
Well, as long as it has to do with eating.
Simply put, every person prepares an ingredient to add to the hot pot. Once the meal begins, we add all the ingredients together.
Oh, that's
Then we
a
take it in
spells
turns,
disaster.
Close our eyes, pick an ingredient out of the pot, taste it, and guess whose ingredient it was. Anyone who guesses correctly can go again, and whoever finishes the meal with the most points is declared the winner. Tradition even has it that the winner receives blessings from the god of hot pot.
That sounds extremely difficult to pull off.
I've been wanting to give it a try. In fact, I've already got my ingredients prepared.
You really do want to play, huh? Well, sounds like we've got our work cut out for us. Time to gather some ingredients. But what should we choose? Ooh, Paimon proposes we gather raging demon-level Joyun chilies, super salty ham, mist flower corollas. This is already shaping up to be a hot pot to remember.
I'm going to ruin everybody's taste buds.
Oh, my stomach. It feels like Yoimiya's fireworks are going off inside me.
I knew this was going to end badly.
That Toma would be the winner. He ate
Oh.
practically all those weird ingredients without a second thought. Toma?
He just ate too much.
Salt-crusted herring, unripe lavender melon, flash-boiled dongo. Oh, and whatever that thing was that nearly froze my tongue off. Hold up, my life is starting to flash before my eyes. Time I call it a night, everyone.
You've only got yourself to blame, Toma. All those strange things you ate were ingredients you added yourself.
But weren't you the one who added those little cakes, Ayaka? I think the Traveler ended up eating one. Boiling cake.
I saw giant crab legs and now I want crab legs. I wish crab legs weren't expensive.
Apologize. To be perfectly honest, I thought the cakes would be a tasty addition.
Uh-oh. I'm definitely not okay. I need to lie down.
Is this the last we see of Toma?
I feel like a new man.
Oh, he lives.
You know, Toma, all you had to do was guess wrong on purpose and it would have been someone else's turn. Talk about being competitive.
Guess I've been feeling unlucky recently and wanted the God of Hot Pot's blessing. Perhaps I did get a little carried away. Still, I couldn't be beaten at my own game first time around. I think my luck has already taken a turn for the better. I can sense it.
And this is when we get swatted.
So without further ado, I hereby declare that the winner of today's Hot Pot Challenge is me.
Oh, brother.
Good effort, team.
Those camera angles were death flag angles. I'm sorry.
Agenda, some well-earned rest and relaxation.
Yes. If the Tenryo Commission...
I was fully expecting a blasted arrow to blaze through and kill Toma.
This would be a welcome change of pace. And with the extra time, there are some other matters I wish to attend to.
Let's all take some much-needed time off. After a few days' rest, we'll reconvene at the Komori Tea House and discuss our next operation. Downtime is hard to come by these days, so be sure to make the most of it. I'll tidy things up here and start thinking about our ingredients for our next round.
There's gonna be a sequel?
Sure, why not? We should play again now.
Every person when a bad movie comes out.
I'll see you all later.
Bye, Toma.
There's gonna be a sequel? Oh no.
Seems we won't need to be visiting the Komori Tea House for a while. Why don't we go explore some other places?
Okay, now what? Also, nobody warned me about the freaking 10-minute to 15-minute dialogue session.
Where do we go from here? What's the plan?
Traveler, Paimon, hold on.
Yes.
Huh? Ayaka?
Something has come up, and I would like to request your assistance.
Okay.
But you ought not be nervous. This is not coming from the Yashiro Commission or the Kamisato clan. It is my own individual request.
Individual request? You mean personal stuff?
Yes, Paimon, that's what it means.
Correct. It concerns my mother.
Is she dying?
This may seem a little sudden, but in my view, you are the only person I can entrust. A few days ago, I was sorting through some old family belongings when I found a notebook that belonged to my mother.
Is she dead?
She wrote about all kinds of things, mostly of little consequence. But what drew my attention was a name. It is one that I have never heard before, so the fact that she mentions it so frequently, it makes it difficult for me to ignore.
Probably your mom's best buddy, right?
Never. And although my mother and father passed
Oh, yeah, they're
away
dead.
many years ago, both my brother and I are familiar with the vast majority of their acquaintances. So, I am very curious about this mysterious individual. I would according to the notebook, their name is Tsubaki. This seems to have been someone very important to my mother.
Tsubaki is usually a name given to a tomboy.
Personality who liked to have fun.
Sometimes.
Thinks it sounds like a girl's name.
That's what I thought too.
So what do you want us to do? Do you need us to find her for
It depends on whether or not it's a surname.
Her address is given in the notebook.
Because I think Tsubaki can be a surname.
I wanted you to assist me with the preparation of greeting gifts. Please keep everything I have told you in strict. The proper course of action would be to involve my
Blah,
brother
blah,
and
blah,
visitor
blah, 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 blah.
But he is terribly busy at present, and on a more selfish note, I don't wish to involve anybody else from Inazuma in this matter. Exactly. That, and you are also a kind, well-mannered person with a
Well-mannered.
genuine concern for other people. Not to mention trustworthy.
I'm sorry, well-mannered.
I don't feel comfortable with anyone else in this situation.
Bitch, I am rude.
We've done greeting gifts before, so we should be able to help. In terms of payment, just treat us to some delicious food.
Can I pump Paimon into the ocean?
Wonderful. In fact, I was hoping to take this opportunity to show you both around.
Oh, we don't mind. We don't mind at all.
Thank you kindly. Shall we head off then?
How close? The whispers of the crane, and the white rabbit. Wow, I'm good at wording. Where the fuck is my... Why isn't it... Thank you, game. Holy shit! I'm all the way back in Liyue. Why am I all the way back in Liyue? Because I'm on the wrong quest. Whoops. Shut up.
This must be...
It's a festival promotion. Hey, speaking of, we haven't been anywhere fun since we arrived in...
No, what made you think that? Festivals are a common occurrence here in Inazuma. We in the Yashiro Commission are very well...
Blah, blah, blah.
Brings its own festival. And each festival...
Somebody give me, like, an over-under on how far away I am, please.
So, while festivals are undoubtedly joyous and lively occasions, for us, they are also a cause for concern. Oh, my apologies. I should stop thinking about work. This is hardly relevant to the matter at hand.
Because I'm kind of running out of time for the stream.
Well, let's take a look inside then.
Welcome. I have all the latest styles. Please take a look. Oh, it's Miss Kamisato with guests from...
Is anybody going to be upset with me just blazing through the dialogue?
Oh, greetings to you too. I have a design here for a garment. Would you be so...
Oh, Ayaka came prepared.
Let me see.
Could be...
Oh, it's a very fun... Miss Kamisato, you'd like us to make a kimono for...
Please, if you could.
I'm honored that you'd choose Ogura textiles and kimonos for your tailoring. Based on the design, this kind of kimono would require silk made from the silk flower. The majority of Inazuma's silk. As you well know, Inazuma, in all honesty, the impact on the textiles industry has been quite significant. But of course, where our customers are able to provide...
So you're saying we need to go and buy some...
If even Ogura textiles and kimonos can't get a hold of high...
You could try the International Trade Association. The only thing is their prices.
Huh. So even just... Wait! The International Trade Association? That...
It looks like... Thank you ever so... Oh, in the meantime, I have one other...
Why is she being so secret?
Much obliged.
My pleasure, Miss Kami. Honestly, I'm just as excited as you to see the end.
That's Traveler Paimon? Let's try our luck.
I want to point out, I actually do enjoy the fact that there is a lot of, like... I don't want to call it filibuster dialogue. I can't pet the dog. Let me pet the dog. I don't want to call it filibuster dialogue, but there's a lot of dialogue in the game, which I really do think is a great way to build the world. Unfortunately, I'm on a time crunch.
Look! There he is!
Looks like we've...
Why is nobody making a big deal about one of the heads of the houses walking around town?
Mr. Kurisu, are you...
Oh, you're Miss Ayaka.
Better than you, it appears.
And if it isn't the Traveler, I haven't seen you. Thanks again for your help last time. The association...
That's great, but,
Well, it's embarrassing to admit, but some of the
Which goods were stolen?
It was a batch of high-grade... We imported a big batch of silk from Liyue several years recently. We heard that clothing stores in the city have more or less sold all their silk stocks. So we figured now would be a good time to bring our... The vagrants swiped the whole batch, then disappeared into... Well, as you know, they don't think much of foreign merchants like us.
Is he from Fontaine?
Well, I also take issue with aspects of the Kanjo Commission's operational methods. Please remember, Mr. Kurisu.
Oh, my apologies. Anyway, there doesn't seem to be much we can do ourselves to get our goods. Perhaps I'm doomed to go back.
Because his clothing kind of gives me the Fontaine vibes.
I'm afraid I can't intervene in an official capacity, but I can still help you get your...
Of course, I would never.
Huh? Yes.
That...
Acting in my own capacity, mind you. Even then...
That's intervening directly.
Escaping the fact that my every action and word will be seen to reflect on the Yashiro. I do so not without reservation, so... I hope that you will treat this matter as... That aside, as I'm sure you're aware, I'm afraid that I will... Given your position and that of the international...
We will. But, what if someone high up in the Kanjo Commission sees what you're doing and doesn't like it? You're a highly respected member of society.
Very humorous. Let's not forget that I am the eldest daughter of the Kamisato clan. I would be very surprised indeed if anybody in the Kanjo Commission felt that I was... Whoa. Mr. Kurisu, I need to...
Thank you so much. Let's see, it was 2 hours ago now, over at the,
Everyone, please follow me to the scene of the crime.
All right.
Where am I going? I am going this way, to this direction. Screw it, I'm being lazy.
Here we are. This is where we were robbed.
Hey, look on the ground. What are those?
Huh?
What are those?
Very deep ones at that. Leading towards the forest.
Crap! No, you get picture.
Presumably the depth suggests that they were carrying
You bitch.
something heavy.
Let's see where they lead.
I scared my dog off with that crab thing. Fruity Prince.
You think you can get your stuff back with this bunch? You must be dreaming.
Why are their voices like that?
Why you better hope.
Why wouldn't I, old man? Answer me this. You trade association types are worms. Coming over to our land, leeching off our people. Who's gonna leap to your defense? Look, face it. This is Inazuma. You've got no ties here. You're at the bottom of the pile.
You are despicable.
Hey! I just had an idea.
Business?
Pay up. And you can take your fabric back. Sound good? If you ask me.
You're just...
Wait, Mr. Kurisu, please do not pay...
But...
I trust you remember our agreement? If you keep your lips firmly sealed,
Oh, yes, of course.
Then please stand well back where it is safe. Now.
This is gonna end poorly for these guys. Ooh, she's ice. White.
Say no more.
My apologies.
Haha, you're frozen.
My blade.
So, take flight.
I like her kit. It's not bad, actually. Also, the fact that all of her attacks deal cryo damage. Oh no!
Let's get down to business.
Yes. Be stupid. Oh, that is a nasty ability. Give me a second, I want to take care of a child. You need disciplined. Where did you come from?
Well, that's resolved then.
What the fuck? What? What just happened?
No, please, it was nothing.
Miss Kamisato, traveler.
Don't worry, we're fine. The vagrants left in quite a hurry. It would seem they didn't have time to take anything with them. I believe...
Thank you.
You'd best do a count.
6, 8, 10.
Great! Now we can find...
Buy silk? You mean you need some of the silk?
This was indeed our intent.
Don't get us wrong, though. That's not the reason we helped you out. Even if it were just a few carrots or cabbages, chances are Paimon thinks we're pretty lucky. If we arrived any later...
I honestly can't thank you all enough. Please, say no more. You need silk? I'll pick out a...
Thank you, good sir.
Oh, it's free of charge. I could never ask you to...
No, that will never do. Things cost what they cost, and what they merchants already have enough challenges to deal with. And as Paimon explained, my help was there is nothing to feel distressed about, because nothing, I repeat, nothing happened here in the...
Thank you, I don't think I could ever repay you. I'm afraid we must part ways. I must get these goods back to the
Very well. And...
See you then! Bye!
Traveler, thank you for stepping in to help out.
But how come those vagrants didn't seem to know who you were? They must move in complete...
Perhaps. Either way, I'm glad they didn't Oh, I admit that it did feel strange for me to come to his aid. But this should have nothing to do with... I guess that deep down, I don't see how a society can be considered just when people encounter... sorry, I'm getting... Right.
Okay.
Are we certain that we want to call it here? I can go a little bit longer, but it's ultimately up to you guys. Still warping back to Inazuma, though. Hello? Because you guys have piqued my interest. I kind of want to see what's going on, but, like...
Welcome back. So, any luck?
Yes, they did. Here.
Excellent news. So, I just need to go and take stock of our materials. It won't take...
She's acting suspicious.
They better all be there.
I do hope nothing else is... Traveler, on the subject of garments, it's just... I wasn't sure how you'd feel about the idea of dressing an Inazuma attire. Oh? Are you sure? Is that so impressive? So travelers of your...
More like when you're away from home, you've got to live by certain rules to survive. But Paimon would still love to check out some Inazuman outfits. What is that supposed to mean?
You are like 3 feet tall at most.
Your interactions are so adorable to watch. Something else I've been wondering is... How do people in other nations dress?
It's so true. Some people like to wear a hood.
Really?
Yeah, blah 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 blah.
No, of course not. I would very much like to travel across the 7 nations and see how people live.
Blah 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 blah.
Thank you.
Fortunately not. I have all the materials I need. As for the sub...
Yes, please.
Understood.
Here you go.
Well, luckily, until then...
Good idea.
For our next stop, I'd like...
Food?
I picked the... I thought that there were... Shall we head off?
Yep.
Okay. This way. Why so far away for the food? Why so far away? This looks like a proper cutscene. Nope, never mind.
Ooh, it's one of those.
Rice balls! I mean, jelly donuts!
Oh, Miss Kamisato. Perfect timing. Your booking was... I believe Zep will be sticking to the order I placed in... Excellent. No problem. Traveler. Tiny customer. Please wait here for a moment while I... Go ahead and take a seat. There is something I need to take care of. I just have a few minor things I need to...
She sure left in a hurry.
So you two are Miss Kami... Well, we serve all the classics. Over the years we've been in business, we've gotten to know the Kamisato... Miss Kamisato and her brother are both fond of our food. They're always... Her table booking surprised me. Not least because it was a group reservation. This is
the first time ever? Oh.
Sure does. And I'm probably crossing the line here, but I'm just telling you what others have told me. Apparently...
How is that possible?
Poor girl.
Kind and polite to everyone.
That's what I used to think too.
It's because she's in a position of power.
The rules of social
People are
interaction
scared of her.
Are a bit more complicated than that. Nobody in the neighborhood has a bad word to say about her. They all say she's beautiful, elegant, graceful, but that's just it. People look at her and they see a model of perfection, and they don't feel like that's something they can relate to. So you see, on paper, she sounds like a girl everyone would want to get to know. But in practice, we don't speak all, so it makes me really happy to see her here with... Anyway, relax. Consider it a favor for the...
Huh? That sounded like I...
Whoa. What did you break?
I'm so sorry, traveler. Could you join me over there for a minute?
What did you break?
I'm sorry. I didn't want to drag you away all of a sudden.
Oh, so that loud noise we heard...
As you can see, this house is right next to the restaurant. Actually, this whole compound is the family's private property.
Right. If there's something you want to...
Actually, I wanted to cook something as a gift. My
Oh,
mother
okay.
mentioned in her notebook that's about... So I thought, if I'm going to meet...
A dish from overseas? If so, then we've got lots of options, don't we?
That's what I was thinking. You must... Can I leave you to finish this task? Great.
Oh, Paimon knows. There's one dish. Pizza!
Pizza?
It's an assortment of toppings and...
How do they have pizza?
That does sound...
How do I have pizza? I don't have pizza. Why is it telling me to give her pizza? Where's the pizza? Although I shouldn't be surprised. I have spaghetti too. Where's the pizza? Somebody help my colorblind ass. I don't have pizza as a recipe, do I?
Is the pizza ready?
How do I have... It says I have pizza. Ow. Why is it telling me to give her pizza when I don't have pizza in my inventory? I now have pizza in my inventory.
Is the pizza ready?
It's ready.
It smells delicious.
Well, okay.
Great. How are you all doing?
They have really modern cooking.
Whoa. Yes. An overseas dish cooked by the traveler. Could I trouble you to...
Sure. Nope. Oh, it smells good. I bet it tastes amazing.
Lennis.
Oh, could you?
The most satisfying.
Really? If you can write.
Shut up, shut up, shut up.
I'll go pack up this dish for Miss Kami-san.
Dialogue is great. Love it. Keep it up. Please stop talking.
You could have... You're a wonderful person. I mean it. I admire you a lot. Well, you should...
Yeah, let's... So, pizza. Start with the basic ingredient. Correct them right. Now to add the next couple of ingredients. Yep, now for the cooking Alright, it's done. Long may our reputations...
I have no doubt that they will.
Cool.
We introduced pizza to Japan. Love it. Okay. Talk to Kiminiminiminimini.
Hey, here it is.
Thank you, Chloe.
Traveler, Paimon. All right. Well, what do you think?
It's amazing.
Now I want sushi. Actually, I want to go to a Japanese restaurant, to be honest.
Earlier on, did you chat with the... And did she...
She did, but don't worry.
She's... Oh... Then... What does it matter?
Hey, it's not you.
Thank you for your comfort. It's all true, though. Most of the time, I'm either accompanied by family or staff.
You've got a friend in me.
Aw.
I couldn't resist. I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Hey now, express...
I agree. I just want to say how...
Of course, sweet friendship can go...
Yes.
Well...
Well, I think I have an idea. I think that Tsubaki might be a fox envoy.
Oh.
A fox?
Yes. That's
Cat.
what I think. Even I. My mother's own daughter had never... And fox envoys are nothing new. You must have met Guji Yae before. That got me thinking. Maybe there are fox envoys out there in Inazuma that people just...
Whoa. Well, before Inazuma, we spent some time in Liyue. All kinds of them, too.
Really? So Liyue lives up to its reputation.
You should come visit Liyue.
Really? Speaking of delicacies...
Oh,
excellent.
Is that what I'm supposed to be seeing? A fox envoy? If so, that's really cool. Neat. I'm denied all my correct answers. I can only give wrong answers, apparently.
Your garment is ready, Miss Kamisato.
I'm fine.
I folded... Oh, and the other item?
Thank you very much.
No, thank you.
Assassination attempt.
I have a gift for you.
Whoa. Looks...
It's a hairpin in the style of a white heron. I couldn't ask for your help and offer nothing at all in return. So this is... I'm glad you...
Speaking of what...
You flatter me.
Alright, well, now it's time to go...
Okay, now where am I going? Oh, this is a freaking slog. It's fine. 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 I'm falling. That still creeps me out, though. Like, did they have to carve it in the shape of eyes? Okay, that failed. What? I don't remember doing anything regarding to this. Shut up. It's down? Oh, hey, a chest.
Do I get a share?
You actually
Okay.
walked with strutting. 10 points for agility.
Okay. Wee flop. Wee flop.
So, a Descendant. Ugh. If someone lived.
I'm asked how strange. I'm quite sure that this is the location my mother wrote about, but But since we're here,
Yeah, makes sense. So,
let me think. A crane brings one fresh flower in its beak to decorate my hair, while a white rabbit sews a hemline from 4 rays of moonlight. Dressed appropriately,
1-4 East 7.
I face eastward and call out Tsubaki's name 7 times.
Sounds like a fairy tale. So your mom.
I have a feeling that. Let's get a little closer before.
Good idea.
1-4 East 7. 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 Okay, nothing important here. Okay, 1 fresh flower. What's up here? Three, so that's not it. Okay. How likely am I going to struggle with this freaking puzzle?
There are some bushes on the rocks in here. Could that be anything?
Bushes, rocks, where? Somebody fucking give me a... This? Oh, wait, hang on. Knock once. Knock 4 times. Knock 7.
Huh. There's nobody here. Just this box. Did it open? Did it open? Did our Inazuma Deptus...
What's this?
Huh.
It seems to be another. Could it be Tsubaki? Let's step back outside now. The atmosphere here is different than I'd imagined.
Paimon knows what you mean. Reading in low light is real...
There's also a freaking... Electroculus hidden away somewhere in here, so I gotta find that. Oh, it might actually be up top. Never mind, I'm dumb. Where am I going?
Are you running away?
Shut up! Damn it, what is this?
Here will do just fine.
Alright, let's see what the no... Ooh, Paimon bets it's all about... What is it? Why are you whispering of...
Give her time to read it.
Oh, you want to let Ayaka read the notebook, but,
Traveler, Paimon?
No worries, it wasn't long at all. You're a very fast...
Yes, I have. I think I have to share the truth of it, even though the contents are completely different.
Different how? You mean...
Not a fox on. It turns out that Tsubaki's is my mother herself.
Oh.
Huh?
Surprised? Me too. Tsubaki and I are the same person, and yet we are different. When I become Tsubaki, I stop being Kamisato Kai. What follows in these pages is the ordinary, everyday life of her. This notebook is, for the most part, a collection of my mother's musings, both private and trivial. All of the...
So what, secret identity?
Design and the international...
Are things that my mother wished to try. I'm sure this all sounds utterly bizarre to you. But to me at least, or to put it another way, I was at a loss for words when I started reading the contents of the note.
Yuck.
From the moment my mother married my father, she became the mother. On top of that, after my parents passed away, Ayato and I took over responsibility for the affairs of the clan. Every time I found myself up against a difficult issue, I'd ask myself, maybe it's because it had been so long since I last saw her, but somehow, but my image of her was incorrect. When I read this notebook, I realized she liked pretty kimonos. She wanted to try food from different places. Maybe this all sounds immature to you, but Mother
No, I
wrote
get
that
it.
she'd always
I
wanted
agree
to
with
go
it.
to a local Inazuman. I've seen those lights, but for someone of my position to just show, even if no one stopped us. The idea of the yashiro, Mother said that.
Aw, so the kimono design, that must have been the outfit she...
That's right. I hope this isn't a disrespectful thing to say, but I know.
Well, that's not disrespectful at all. Paimon thinks your mom...
Without knowing it, I've ended up fulfilling several of my mother. Perhaps this is one thing that can simply never be. I understand. Thank you. Mother and I are so... She chose to...
Oh, so...
No, I don't plan to do anything like that. So, Traveler, would you...
Paimon's been dying to go ever since we saw that
Hey, come on, don't make fun. I'm going to be so... Let's do
Yay,
this.
we're going to a festival. That's cool. Awesome.
Great. If we head over now...
Oh, good boy.
So cool, so great. Where the fuck is it? Where the fuck? Why is it over there? Why is it on that island? Why is it? What's happening? Stop it.
There's still more light in that insect's butt.
10 points for agility.
Stop talking. Yeah. Oh, but why? I'm almost there, aren't I? Ugh. Is it an event? Is it a creature? Is it... what is it? Fine. Crabs. Crabs. Okay, we're good. Sorry, I had to get the crabs. Okay, fine, I'll call it. First and foremost, I'd like to thank you all so much for joining me on this lovely Genshin Impact hour. And by hour, I mean 4 hours and 30 minutes. Let me go ahead and do the little boop, boop, boop. Wasn't that a wonderful episode? Anyways, I'd like to thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed this episode, please leave a like and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. That way you see more content like this in the future. And if you come back on the regular and you're not subscribed, please subscribe. It's free, it helps out a ton, I'm greatly appreciative. If you'd like to share this video with your friends, your family, your favorite group of Genshin Impact lovers, unfortunately due to the nature of this
ignore him
new
when he's mouthing
layout
off.
or new recording
Don't let him
session,
get
I
under
can't
your
do personalized, or I can't do episode related outros anymore. But I'd appreciate it regardless. Beyond that, if you would like to support me as a content creator, or if you'd like to join me as a fellow content creator, such as content lover, I have a Coffee, a Patreon, and a community Discord server link all in the description below. And if you would like to join me in the adventures of Genshin Impact live, once again, twitch.tv/Kazm Vulfhart. And that should about do it. As always, I will see you as we continue our adventures in Genshin Impact. Bye-bye!